Right guys, so you'll know Grimjam's coming up this weekend. This video has made it out. I'm at the park. We've got some stuff going on here. We've got like this, stuff like this that make it not very nice. We'll clean it all up, make sure it's all nice and smart, make sure it's packed tip top for us host the competition. We've got nice metal pegs sticking out the floor where bollards should be, because you know staffies are peak performers in the parkour community. White walls, which are honestly grim, can't train on them. So we'll have everything tip top for you all coming down for the competition. All the glass will be gone, all the walls will be sorted out, either cleaned or painted with just not dusty white paint. Yeah, so enjoy watching us clean this up. Boom, look at this. Yeah, except rubber, we're losing a bit, but all that glass is going and that's what matters. And all this rubble, you can see there the line here, swept, unswept. It's going to be looking nice soon. As you can see, we've suffered with some horrific criminal damage. I don't know why people think the parkour park is the optimum place to set fires. It's this nice airy rubber floor that, you know, flames can burn up. You know, looking at that, I'm thinking that's some good arson material. Yeah, we're going to hopefully have this all filled in, or we will heal it in the best way we can. So the park's looking pretty tasty now, as you can see, nice and clean. Brushed it all after many hours of meticulous brushing. If there's anything else around, we're gonna make sure it's cleaned up. Now the next job is to replace these bollards and get on with the walls.
Yo guys, it is Monday. Just getting some training in at the parkour park before Grimjam. I'm with Jordan. It's over there. And we cleaned this park about 4 days ago. And then since then, got a big pile of seeds, lovely. Pile of bottles over here, been kicked about already. Jordan found a big pile of glass, tarmac, rubber chippings all over this. Oh, and not to mention load of sweets, lovely. But yeah, over the past couple of weeks and this week as well, we're making sure it is spick and span for the Grimjam.
Does parkour. Crocodile Callier out with the boys, and Jordan's seen some speedy runs, getting ready for the speed comp this weekend. Here we go. Woo! Lightning speed. Staffy did that.
Actually went in.
Staffy dog just ate that all.
Went in. Oh yeah.
Tricky sticky. Some of the bollard is missing, makes the stick a little bit challenging. And even more challenging, look at the height of the bar. Yeah, that's probably not easy.
I hope there's good stabilisation on this.
Okay, absolute shocker so far. Been to Higher Base in Grimsby. They gave me a pressure washer where the metal end just flew off, and then they gave me another one that doesn't work off a Bowser. So it's no stars for Higher Base Grimsby, and now we've got to drive to Hull. Made it to Hull, we've got a petrol pressure washer that definitely works off a Bowser in the back of the van. So let's try this again. Right, take 2, pressure washing the parkour park.
Day 2, I've had some delays. Neil has had to go to Hull, get a new pressure washer because we've had problems with the old one, so we have this here. He's also had to go and get some fuel for the generator and a larger hose, as we have about 8,000 litres of water, I believe, on here, on the lorry. We're about to clean up these walls as they are powdery, very powdery. Neil's back.
4 metres left on the roof.
And he's brought his hose. We're sorted.
I'm not, to be quite honest, I'm a little bit dubious of this particular hose, but I've been talking to a man who is a bit of a hose expert on the phone, so I think he's going to solve all of our problems.
The generator is consistently conking out faster and faster. Yes, the lucky ones.
So, we're at the Parkour Park. Today is replace the floor day, and we turn up in the van, and there's a bollard in the way. So it's a bit of a tricky job, this one. You've got to be in the know. So we've made a special key, which is actually just a piece of wood, and am I gonna get it in?
Oh, it's with red, mate.
Oh, look at that!
Don't get that water on you now.
Woo!
Smells good. Don't break it. It's the only key we've got. Took me hours to get the carving right of the profile.
Team Reality wooden key carving club. We're back for another day, another hard day's graft of fixing the Parkour Park up. This is today's job. This floor needs replacing. Look at that.
Just, you know, we'd wait
So,
ages filling the things up.
Big hole in the concrete. And this is all, unfortunately, super loose, because safety is first at Grim Jam.
I'm very confident about the floor because I've seen a video on YouTube look dead easy. So what could possibly go wrong?
YouTube tutorials teach you anything.
Bit of glue, chuck it in, Bob's your uncle. There we go.
New bollards, lots of bags of flooring, brushes, the general gist of everything else. So let's go find a home for this bollard. I know where it's going. One of the local youths decided it'd be a good idea to pull this off, throw it in the river. So here's where it's going. Lovely little dangerous spike there that we are going to cover up with this bollard. The bollard is on. I'll put some glue on that, pull it off, put some glue on that later. That blue matches the colour of what the floor should look like. Bit different. That's what happens when people set fire to the floor.
Aiming to try and get that white undercoat, because the ones.
Caveman used tool.
Tool. Squish it down.
I was actually going to use that for the rubber stuff.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Two bags of the quick tarmac in. This was the job that was the most worrying for me, really. One, having zero experience putting anything like tarmac, concrete, hardcore, anything like that in the floor. But on first impressions, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna get a few more bags to cover this section.
And then it will be time for rubber mulch and PU binder.
That sounds like a load of fun.
You were worried about the tarmac. I'm
Yeah.
worried about the gluing the floor together.
So this is what we're playing with. This is shredded tyres that is dyed blue. So this is the blue the floor started off at. As you can see, it is very, very bright. And if you look around, the floor just isn't that colour anymore.
11 bags full, ready to make a new floor and start again.
Bear in mind, I've nursed these bags through three different lofts and a couple of sheds.
Yeah.
And I've had them since 2013.
8 years.
I was this close to throwing them out several times.
Well, another big issue that we've had at the Parkour Park is damage to small bollards. There's this one where it's got the spike revealed. Here, look. We discovered that the issue with all of this has been, one, people have been using them as chew toys for their dogs. Not very nice thing to do. Also, we've actually witnessed this as well. Kids taking the chain off their bike, revealing the cog, and then just pedaling as hard as they can to create like a saw effect and just ripping it to shreds. So, pointless vandalism that we're now having to deal with. So the plan is we're going to cut the bollard out. We've got some glue and we're going to replace it, and it should sit nicely in the floor.
Just bear in mind how many we're going to do.
There it comes.
Ta-da!
As easy as that. If you could smell this,
It's very strong.
it's very, very strong stuff. Another bollard in.
To me.
Fingers crossed. That will glue nicely.
Hey, you guys.
Big tub of glue.
May also cause sensation by inhalation and skin contact. Do not breathe any vapor spray. In case of contact with eyes, rinse immediately with plenty of water. Seek medical advice. Always wear suitable gloves and PPE. In case of insufficient ventilation, wear suitable respiratory equipment. In case of an accident, or if you feel unwell, seek medical advice immediately, showing this label where possible. Avoid contact with eyes and skin. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it, John. Don't touch it. Important to wear protection at all times.
Oh, yes.
Now I'm ready. Let's go.
Right, we're trying to work out ratios of binder to rubber mulch, but we don't know how much a sack weighs. We don't have a scale, so it's time for the human scale. We know that this is 10 kilos, so I actually reckon it's heavier. It's heavier, so this can only be 8, maybe. 8, I reckon 8 kilos.
8.
8 kilos.
Just to point out that Neil Hudson came, what position did you come in out of motion?
Well, 8th, but came 4th in the first round.
Fourth the first
no
round.
footage of that anywhere.
No.
Only footage of me biffing it, breaking my toe, and falling over.
Do we know any contacts within Red Bull out of motion
Yeah.
who might be able to hook us up with that
Jason,
footage?
can you hook me up with that footage of that first round?
Right.
That stomping wood side down the stairs.
Yeah.
It was pretty banging.
What year was it? Sweden 2008,
I
maybe?
don't know.
The Sweden one on the stairs. There you go. Kai, Annan, Jason,
Tim Sheaf,
Tim Sheaf. We're looking at you guys.
dildo.
Who's got that footage? Come on. Come on. Hook a guy up. We want to see it. We want Neil Hudson's first run from that setup.
It's so bright. bright blue.
So going well. I'm on the whacker plate. Last little bit going in now, and then we're going to fill in some gaps. Jordan is the mix machine.
So unfortunately, this is the colour we started with in 2013, and the burns to the park have spread soot everywhere, which is what's discoloured this on the whole. So it actually looks black. We got a bit of blue colourage back after the lad swept it the other day. New, old, new, old.
So we've had confirmation that it's going to take about 3 hours for the floor to set, but it will be 24 hours for it to set and harden. So we're going to have to stick around for a while, make sure that no one comes and walks straight through it. We don't want the kids ruining it. The Grim Jam preparations, we're out here cleaning the floor, getting the sweep on, getting rid of all the glass, all the rubble, creating a nice walkway, nice runway. No slipping, no tripping out here.
Since last year, there has been a couple of fires. One has unfortunately left loads of rubbish. A bin was melted, and it's resulted in this travesty. All this lot. So we're going to try and clean up this, although it doesn't look like it's going to move. And then this is quite slippery. So hopefully we won't have any issues, and we can avoid this being a problem on the day. But the rest of the park is in pretty good nick. Everything's held up quite well from last year. The floor's not as blue as it was, but we don't mind that. Black floors are fine, aren't they? So hopefully we can get this all ready for everyone. Some of the boys are out today training, getting themselves ready, getting into Grim Jam mode, trying to figure out what is going to be thrown their way. There could be some curveballs, there could be something they've never tried before. Homegrown advantage, but I'm not telling them. Secret's safe for me, don't you worry.
Woo! We managed to get this up off here. It's just this bin.
Pretty much some kids melted a bin into the floor a good few months ago now, but it's such it's melted in so badly that you're probably gonna have to like Stanley knife it and replace the floor. Like that piece just snapped off the corner. But
like if you move it, like
there's literally the remains of
the
a bin.
whole like floor moves like that.
So it's not an easy job. Absolute mission to get that bin up.
Mate.
Basically, I was a little bit scared that if I pulled the bin up, that it'd take the floor with it. But it seems to be working. The floor is in one, and the bin.
That is literally the floor.
The bin is coming up. So we started off trying to get rid of the glass, the rubble, all the rubbish on the park. And now we've been forced the bin. Didn't know if it was going to work, but actually,
it's like
there's not much bin left.
this whole part. Like this was here at one point.
Look at it, just a shovel,
Shovel,
some hands, some brush,
yeah, some sweat, tears and blood have been into this.
some blisters.
Yeah, blisters. That one. Blister, yeah.
But it's almost done. The bin is almost completely gone.
If you're ever in doubt for gripping parkour, Doritos are your key. Cool ones especially. Cheesy ones, flamey ones don't work, but the cool ones are great.
Yeah! Thank you, geezer.
More girls need to come to Grim Jam. August 13th and 14th. Loads of prizes to be won.